Okay, we're back on this potato chip thing, and we are beginning today a new subset of reviews, and these are all Japanese potato chips. Up till now, everything we've reviewed has been made by the Frito-Lay company, which is an American company, and even though we've been tasting and sampling more Asian flavors designed for an Asian market, they've all been made by Lay's, which is an American company. This time we have chips that are actually made in Japan, and I have a lot of expectations for this, which we'll get to in a moment. But first I want to shout out the sponsor of this next stretch of episodes, and that would be my good friend DataDub. DataDub is an American who many decades ago relocated to Japan, learned the language, and then ensconced himself in the toy scene. And Japan has an extremely vibrant toy culture. Some of the greatest toys ever made have been produced in Japan, and they have many of the most incredible, prolific toy makers today are from Japan. And Mr. DataDub, given his bilingual capacity and his congenital nature, has acted as a sort of emissary between American toy artists and Japanese toy artists, to the degree that he's been dubbed informally as the Toy Whisperer. And Mr. DataDub has been responsible for many of the toy collaborations that I've done with Japanese artists over the years. And in the one and only time that I did go to Japan, he was a stand-up guide. He showed me around, he showed me the ropes, he hooked me up, and is an all-around great guy. So I would like to give a shout out to Mr. DataDub for providing the potato chips that we are going to be reviewing over the next 7 episodes. We have quite a variety, from the traditional to the outrageous, and I think I'm going to address them in the reverse order. I'm going to start with the most basic and ordinary, run-of-the-mill traditional flavors, and then get into the strange shit later on. And the first one we're going to do today is roasted seaweed. We have had a couple of seaweed flavored chips in the past, and they were all mediocre at best. But this is going to be the first time, and they were all Japanese themed seaweeds. We have the nori and the wakame seaweed. This one I don't know. It looks like there's some nori on the front, but this is the first time that I'm going to be sampling potato chips that are of a Japanese flavor by a Japanese company. And the company is called Calbee, and I did a little research, and this was a potato chip company that was founded in 1949 in Hiroshima, Japan, of all fucking places. So that is like already kind of incredible and outrageous, and I'm expecting a lot from this. And the reason why is that Japan does not fuck around. Japan and Japanese people, they hold themselves to an extremely high standard in the things that they make, in a way that's a little different from Americans. There's a pride in craftsmanship and a humility and a real dedication to craft that you see in Japanese works that you don't really see in America. Like America, the tendency is to like really go big and oversell and talk a lot and then deliver as the least amount as possible. There's a sort of hucksterism to like American-made things that you don't really find in Japanese products. There's just this dedication and commitment that you don't really find in American works. And I don't want to overgeneralize or anything like that. And of course, there's exceptions to everything, but that's just my sort of subjective observation. So I'm expecting that when it comes to potato chips, Japan comes with the same amount of intensity and commitment that they do to all the things that they make. So with that said, let's crack the bag and see how they fare. High quality bag. It didn't like fucking shred at the slightest tear. Managed to hold its shape, which is great. Chips smell good. Looks pretty ordinary. Regular looking potato chip with some green and red flecks on it. Palette is clear. Come on, guys, don't let me down. Well, uh-oh. Like a kettle style chip. A little oily, to be honest with you. As kettle chips tend to be. Ah, I see what you did there. Yep, the seaweed flavor is definitely there. Took a few bites for it to kick in, but it's there. Nothing really overwhelming here. Salty, subtle, substantial. The flavor is not overwhelming, but it's definitely present. But you know what? Like, it tastes real. A lot of these Lay's chips, you know, you kind of feel like you're being tricked a little bit. Like, they're not really trying to actually just make it taste like the thing. They're trying to, like, psych your tongue out to think it's tasting that with all this fucking chemical foolery, you know, artificially produced taste simulations, where this just feels like they just fucking made some good chips, rolled them in fucking seaweed, and called it a day. All right. Not an absolute knockout, but a worthy snack. What I like about these is I don't feel like I'm getting hustled. Like, a lot of these Lay's chips, they start out fine, and then it's like your sort of taste buds realize that something fishy is going on, and then it kind of conks out, you know, and then it, like the trick stops working. Whereas this is staying, you know, and as you eat the bag, you just sort of, it changes over time. This is staying tried and true to what it said it was going to do. And in that regard, it's highly commendable. So let's see what they come up with next. Thank you, Mr. Datadub, for sending me this shit. I really appreciate it.